Welcome to your fascia stretch for your medial hamstrings. Your medial hamstrings, these guys right here, can get really tight. They get tight through various things such as posture, moving throughout your day, or sitting. And it's really good to do a fascia stretch to release this area. Fascia stretching, opposite of regular stretching, activate a shortened muscle, add resistance and movement in the opposite direction. Let's get right into it. This stretch is going to be done laying on the floor on your back. If you have a pillow or blanket or something that you can put under your head, that can be helpful for a little extra neck support to give you a little lift and comfort. Join me down on the floor. We'll take a moment first just to let your body connect with the floor. Let your body settle into the floor. So what you want to feel here is that you have even body weight distribution on both of your legs, so 50-50 in the right and in the left, that you feel your feet into the floor. Oftentimes the feet just kind of hang out there. When you connect them to the floor and you press down just a little bit, you're starting to wake up your fascia or your connective tissue by doing that. Give your hamstrings a little tight squeeze, your glutes a little squeeze, get those woken up as well. Lengthen the back of your neck and reach your fingertips towards your toes. Take a big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale into your belly. Belly lifts up. Exhale. Decompress. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Double check you still maintain that connection with the floor. First, bring one leg up to the sky and take both of your hands and grab behind your knee. To start, you can either bring your upper body up if you don't have any neck issues. If your neck feels a little uncomfortable here, feel free to actually keep it down on the floor using that little pillow or blanket. Since we're stretching the medial hamstrings, we want to shorten by bringing the leg as far away as we can reach by straightening your arms. Take a look at your knee. If your knee is turning in or is it turning out, just notice where it is, and as we move through some of these fascia stretches, we actually will adjust it in those different directions to create a different fascia stretch. First, try to keep your knee directly in line with the same shoulder. That way we're going to hit those medial hamstrings. Activate into that shortened area by pressing your leg away from you as if your leg wants to go straight back down to the floor like that. However, it's not going to do that. It's just going to push into your hands. Feel it in your hamstrings by activating them more than they need to, and also your glute. Maintain a little bit of a chin tuck so you're not crunching into your neck. Next, we move. Keep resisting your leg away from you, but then you're going to start to bring your leg towards your chest. Only go to where you feel a light stretch, where you don't want to go to end range. And it's not about how far you go. It's about the beginning of the movement. So leg is away from you, it presses away from you. Firing the hamstrings as much as you can. Then use the strength of your arms to bring the leg towards your chest. I'm going to show it to you with my head down. Leg presses away. Feel the activation. You want to keep the resistance the entire time movement is happening. That's fascia stretching versus traditional stretching where you lengthen and you hold and you try to go a little bit more. There's always activation and movement in fascia stretching. Good, so you're just going at your own pace, feeling that activation with movement. Now add those variations where you take the knee and you turn it out a little bit or in a little bit and see what that feels like in your body. Resisting out. For me, I turned it out, totally changed where the stretch is happening. If your leg is shaking a little bit, totally normal, that's okay. We're actually working a little bit into our nervous system here too, with the compression and movement. I feel a little tingly in my feet. Keep the resistance, maybe turn your knee in or out wherever you haven't moved it yet. Try it there, a couple reps. Head can come up, it can stay down. Let's all execute 3 more. Here's 3, resisting away. Use your core. 2, one more time. And 1. Awesome. Let that leg rest. bending at the knee, ground down through the leg that's still on the floor, and reach the leg. You just stretch way up to the sky. You can point and flex a little bit, move your ankle around. Good, and then bend the knee, put the foot back down on the ground, reset. Make sure you have even weight in both legs and footprint into the floor. We're gonna move to the other side. Thank you all for joining me. Bring the leg up. Take both hands and grab behind the knee of the leg that hasn't been stretched yet. My leg is straight, but it's not locked out. Head up or head down. Coming into your first position by straightening your arms as far away as you can reach. Resist the leg away from you as if it wants to go down to the floor. Once you feel it in your hamstring, make it work more than it needs to, and your glutes, your butt, use the strength of your arms to bring this leg into your chest. Good. Just think about if it feels any different on this side compared to the side that you started on. You might feel it in a different place. It might shake more. Good. If it's shaking a little bit, that's normal. You're really getting a good activation of these muscles, which can compress and massage the nerves that run down the leg. Breathing, keep activating. Let's do a little variation, turning in or out, trying a couple here. Oh, this feels good. Resist away, keep resisting away. Breath is on your own pace. Inhaling and exhaling as you're going through to what your body needs. Add another variation, maybe turn out if you are in and vice versa. Woo! Resist it away, keep resisting away. That's the key, that you keep resistance with movement. Deepen into the core, you're strengthening your core, you're strengthening your arms, and your fascia stretching your hamstrings. Let's all execute one more together. Resist away, keep resisting away. Maybe try a little bit extra resistance on this one. Maybe pull in just a touch more and release. Good. Maybe lift your hips up a little bit. I got a little crack in the hip. Let any adjustments happen here. Good. Settle back into the floor. Bring the leg that you just stretched way up to the sky, pointing and flexing a couple times, moving the ankle around, feeling if you have extra energy, being able to zip up to your toes after doing the stretch. And bring the leg back down. Excellent. Okay. Rolling onto your side. I'm going to show you one more for the medial hamstrings in standing. I'm going to bring this up a little bit so you have a better view here. Thanks, everyone. Good to see you. All right. Standing hamstring stretch is great because you can do it anywhere. If you're getting ready to go for a walk, a run, a bike, and your hamstrings are feeling tight for you, this is something that you can execute before you begin your exercise or your activity, and also a great one to do after as well. Same rule applies. We're going to activate the medial hamstring and then move it in the opposite direction. Starting with your feet, hip width apart, take one step forward. You're not going really far. You actually are staying kind of close together, about a foot distance apart, but still hip width apart here. Hands on your hips or wherever they feel most comfortable. Find that posture, make sure the ribs aren't popping up, bring them in. All right, we're stretching the hamstring on the front leg first. So to do that, you're gonna add resistance down with the foot and back, as if it wants to slide like this, but it's not gonna move, so make sure you don't have too slippery of a floor or socks on. You wanna have the grip into the floor. My back knee is slightly bent, and my front knee has a micro bend as well. So just feel what that feels like to resist that front leg back. My back leg is active too. It's even resisting down and forward a little bit. Keep your tummy tight, and to create movement, you're gonna bring your hips away from the front foot. Keeping your back straight, hips back. I'm always resisting into my hamstring, and then come back up. My foot was down. Now I'm gonna bring my toes up. I actually felt that in my calf on that first one. Then I'm gonna get a little bit deeper in my knees, kick the heel down and back as if it's gonna slide, but it's not. Once you feel it in those hamstrings, Hips go back and down, away from the knee. Keep checking in that knee's bent in front. You don't want to work from a straight leg. And back up. Let's do a handful of these. Resist down and back. Once you have it, then you move. Breath again is moving and up. You can go at your own pace here, just making sure that nothing feels funky in your movements. If you're feeling this in your back at all, tighten your tummy more. Make sure you're not arching, that your rib cage is settled into the body. Good. So a couple bonuses here. You're strengthening the leg that you're standing on. That's bending and lowering you back as we're stretching the fascia in the front leg. One more time. We're going to add a little variation here. I want to give you guys lots of options so you can get the most out of this. Turn your toes out a little bit. I didn't move my leg out. I just turned my toes out. Press down again and back. Notice if that feels different to you. It does to me. We'll do 3 here. Here's 3. Add that activation, pulling back. Breathing through it. 2. One more time. Woo, this one needs a little extra. I might have to do some more of this after class. And release. And release. Shake it out a little bit. Take a moment to think about how that leg feels after having just done the standing fascia stretch. Does it feel different from the other leg? What is it that you feel that's different? Sometimes people will feel extra flow of energy and space for the nervous system to get down to the toes. I like to ground the feet after doing a strong fascia stretch so that the nervous system has the opportunity to get to that bottom part of your foot after clearing out some of that dense tissue in the hamstrings. It has new pathways to get to where it wants to go. Let's move on to the other side. Whatever foot you didn't start with, switch that one and bring it in front. I'm going to show you in this angle here. Notice that distance. You're not here. You're about a foot distance apart and hip width apart. Okay. Posture, ribs in, hands on the hips. Start with a foot down just to get a comparison of how it feels. Micro bend both knees. Front foot presses down and back without actually moving back, but it's actively pressing into the floor. Movement happens by bringing your hips back and down. It's not about how low you go. The benefit happens at the very beginning of movement. And back up again, resisting back. So you're focusing on stretching the hamstring in the front leg. Try it with the toes up if you like. Heel presses down and back. Feel that activation. Maintain it. If you lose the resistance throughout the stretch, pause, try to get it back, and then continue or start it again. The key is to always have the resistance while you're moving. Awesome. So glad to see you guys here today. I love sharing this because it's so effective and people feel the benefits right away. Adding a little variation now, turn your toes out or in. Press that heel back again as you pull back. Keep that heel connected to the floor. 2 more. Tighten your glutes a little bit extra. Strengthening the leg that you're standing on. Breath, all those good things. 1 more time. And release. Let's ground that leg standing. Feet hip width apart. Take a mental check of the leg you just stretched. Find that posture. Maybe it's possible to stand a little bit more comfortably in a lifted posture. Ribs in, shoulder blades gliding down your back. Root down through your feet. Feel those 3 points, pad of the big toe, pinky toe, and your heel, and even contact with the floor. Deep breath in, and exhale. And there you have it. 2 medial hamstring stretches. 1 laying down where you can use the floor as leverage to get some strong movement there. And then 1 in standing. That's easy to do wherever you are and whatever it is you're about to do. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Please feel free to let me know if you have any questions. I'll save this to my news feed so you may also share it with your friends if you know someone struggling with tight hamstrings. And let me know what you think. Thanks and have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.